Hello, everyone.
Hi, simpletons. How are you today?
Happy Thursday is when we're recording this. This is our second time attempting to record because our first time we got too rambly and realized that it was all trash.
Yeah. We tried describing Polly's and then just went off on a 7-minute tangent about how gross it is.
Yeah, and then I told a story about my weekend that I already told in the last podcast, so it was just a mess.
Yeah.
Anyways.
This is take 2, everybody.
Speaking of the last podcast, I want to apologize for saying every other word and for swearing every other word and for having the most heinous laugh on the face of the planet. I really do apologize. I will keep working on my, English proficiency so that I can sound at least a little bit intelligible on this podcast. Intelligible? Whatever means intelligent.
You know what? Message us. Tell us what you think about the word intelligible.
Yeah. Anyways, Gavi, what's new with you?
I thought that I'd hate the way that I sounded on the last podcast way more than I actually did.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Gavi, your voice is so soothing and alluring.
It's so soothing. So soothing. No, listening to the last podcast, I listened to 3 podcasts. I listened to Why Won't You Date Me with Nicole Byer. I listened to Nicole Byer's other podcast because she's a fucking Muppet. Just brought to life.
Yes.
And I listened to a podcast about RuPaul's Drag Race, of course. And I feel like my style is very all those hosts combined with no structure at all.
Yeah.
And I just kind of slip in and out of whatever they do.
I feel like I do very much what My Favorite Murder does, which is go on long tangenty things.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm sorry. I'm a mess. And then they go and actually talk about serious things. I just want to apologize. I'm fucking ill still. And look, I just swore I already fucked it up. Goddamn.
Wow. That took so long. This podcast is brought to you by Blue something or other. I don't know the name of this microphone.
It's a blue ball. Anything else we want to go into right now, or do we want to just spatter things throughout our assessment of this week's episode? First
of all, I wanted to say that my dad thinks that I bought this microphone for class, and he is reimbursing me for it. Also...
That's funny, because my dad still won't pay my spring tuition. Oh, $2,000.
Your dad is wild, and I love him.
All Alex Richter has to pay is $2,000 for my entire... That's all he's paid this entire year. $2,000. Not paying my rent, not paying my books. Anyways, I was like, hey, Dad,
when I imagine your dad, I imagine albino Danny DeVito.
It's not albino. I'm the only albino person besides Pamela in my family.
I want you to imagine how funny that would be, though.
Anyways,
an albino Danny DeVito?
My dad kind of looks like Danny DeVito, but blonde.
So, an albino Danny DeVito?
Anyways, he was like, what is this? Why do I have to pay this? And I was just like, I don't know, it's my spring tuition. And he just said, why aren't you paying it? And I was like, I don't know, I don't have money. And he was
when I was your age, I was in the army.
Essentially. Yeah? I'm like, I'm sorry, I wasn't born in the age of Vietnam, sir. Anyways, I'll let you guys know if Elon kicks me out by the end of the month.
Can I just say, when parents bring up the point that I paid my own tuition, that's irrelevant, okay? Tuition has skyrocketed. I'm not even going to attempt to do math on this podcast because that would be cruel to everybody.
Also, my dad did not even pay his own tuition. He's a liar.
You almost swore that.
I know. But anyways, more on my daddy issues in the next episode.
More on our daddy issues in the next episode. I just want to thank everybody. We have received an overwhelming amount of love.
Thank you so much for listening, guys. Oh, should we give a shout out?
Yeah, we should give shout outs to people.
Kristen, Kerr, Diego, Megan. Actually, Megan has not watched it yet.
Yeah,
so
Megan. Fuck you, Megan.
Amanda. Who else has watched it? Talia.
Haley Lavin. Yeah, I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. Haley Lavin.
Yes.
Talia Wall. Did we say Talia Wall?
Talia, you listened. Who else listened?
Wow. Who else has listened? 30 people have listened.
30 people. I don't know who they are, but...
Molly Kramer. We love you, Molly Kramer.
If you listened and we didn't give you a shout out, let us know. And
be angry about it,
yeah,
people.
Because
take
it
personally,
an awful memory.
Okay?
We want the love and we love the support, and we want to have hosts. Oh, also Kyle. I don't know if Kyle's listened to it, but he wants to be a guest host.
Okay, if we didn't say your name, I want you to take it out on our comments. Please.
Yeah.
Don't, like...
Harass us on Instagram.
I don't know if there's any kind of rating system, but, like, be mean in our comments. Write something sexually explicit.
And we want guest hosts, too. So if you want to be a guest host and you're a listener, then definitely let us know, and we'll try to get you in.
Yes.
Anyways.
Absolutely. So we are, without further ado, we're going to start watching.
Yeah, we're going to delve into the second episode of The Simple Life.
Hell yeah. All right.
Goodbye, friends.
Here we go. Okay, we're back again.
Are we back? Are we recording?
We are recording.
Okay, Gavi, overall first impressions of this episode?
Okay, it's kind of boring.
I think they're just like, it's the first
just a little bit boring.
So they're sort of trying to segue in and set the scene.
Well, here's the thing. The last episode was so thrilling. It was like, they started out this episode and they were like, 2 girls, 1 lifestyle. How are they gonna cope with losing everything? And then they're kind of coping.
They're kind of just living. Like, I did like the setting the scenery. They showed us a nice Confederate statue. Pretty sure that's what that was. I don't know, guys. We're in Arkansas. It showed a statue in some town square. I'm assuming it's a Confederate statue. Maybe we should look into this.
Yeah, what do we remember from the last episode?
I remember that they were, I don't know, at this place. I just remember them flirting with that 15-year-old and then Braxton.
Okay, I remember they were like, we're gonna kick ass on everything. Everyone
Nicole
says
seems
that.
Very confident.
They're like, everyone's underestimating us, but we got this.
Yeah.
And then they went on their private jet. They had moist towelettes. They got to Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a well in their room. And then they realized that everything is not what it seems. # David Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, David, if you're listening to this. Anyways.
So yeah, so then in this episode, they were doing another sort of flashback to the beginning of the whole process, and the producer was like, so, have either of you guys had a job? And they were just like, no. Nicole did say she was a figure skater. Does that count, I guess?
She was like, well, I have figure skated.
So essentially,
I've been there.
She knows what it means. She knows how to put in hard work.
Have you ever had one of those moments where a professor was like, well, have you ever done this? Like,
what?
Does that make sense to you?
No.
No. I gotta rephrase that. Okay. Where they're like, have you ever used this editing software? And you're like, well, I know how to use Microsoft Word.
Or like it's the opposite where my professor is like, do you know what a primary source is? And I'm like,
shut up.
I'm like, bitch, I do. I've written a paper before. I don't need to be introduced to how to write a research paper. But sometimes I just sit in these classes and I'm just like, what the fuck? I could be on Pinterest right now. Okay?
In fact, I am on Pinterest during all my classes.
Yep. I'm really, planning my wedding to my British husband from Hinge.
Oh, what's Hinge, Molly?
Okay, guys, so I'm on Hinge right now, and it's like the British. It's not British. It's a dating app for everybody.
Trolling for dick in America.
You can set your location to somewhere where you're not actually at. So I put it at London because I might be going to grad school there, and so then I'm lurking on all these British men's, and I'm pretending I already put down the school I might go to. So now I'm just gonna lurk on them all. Anyways, yeah, I'm like talking to a guy. I think we're gonna get married. So yeah, so then. First day of work. Where are they working, Gavi?
First day of work, they're gonna work at a dairy farm.
Dairy farm.
And they're like,
two rich girls on a dairy farm. What do you guys...
What could possibly happen?
Cowbells! The movie Cowbells from Disney Channel with Ali and AJ Mashaka or whatever their name was. Do you remember?
They don't have a last name. They're legally Ali and AJ.
Ali and AJ were in this movie Cowbells about 2 rich girls who have to go work on a dairy farm. Was inspired by The Simple Life. I'm calling it now. Where is this Disney producer? Where are Ali and AJ? Can we get them on the show, too, to talk about their inspiration of
Tinkerbell was
Paris
a bot. Tinkerbell was a robot sent by Disney to observe.
Honestly, guys, was this produced by Disney? Like, they are getting content. Okay.
They really are. And Paris goes, I hope we don't have to touch any cow nipples. Like,
wait, she said that?
She sure did. Also, Nicole wins the day with this shirt that says, dude, where's my couture?
This was the age of Juicy Couture, man.
But not only does it
Juicy
say,
Couture.
dude, where's my couture? It's made out of, like, really cheap pink glitter.
Yes, it's the Juicy Couture
It's
brand.
couture.
I loved Juicy Couture. I remember when I was a 12-year-old, I read this book, The Click. I don't know if anyone's ever read it. The book series,
My
The
sister was
Click.
all over that.
And
My
I
parents
watched the
wouldn't let me
movie.
read it because they thought it would turn me gay. That and Twilight.
I fucking love Twilight. But
I
anyways.
campaigned to read Twilight so hard. I was like, please let me read this. Everyone's reading it. My parents were like, no, that's a girl's book.
Oh
you don't want to read it. And I was like, I really do. And they're like, no.
I remember, so we had field day in my middle school, but my mom wouldn't let me go because I was too pale to go outside and do outdoor activities. So she kept me home from school that day saying I was sick. So I just sat in my room and read the last Twilight book. What was it? Eclipse? Breaking Dawn? Breaking Dawn.
And you didn't feel so alone. Oh my god.
Twilight book in the entirety in a day just in my room while everyone in my middle school got to go to field day because I'm too albino to go outside.
When I imagine your childhood, you know that meme where they're like, white people be like, and it's somebody using a paint roller and sunscreen, and like, you know where I'm going with that.
That was me as a child.
That was you as a child.
I hate sunblock, but I have to wear it. And it's back to The Click. Yeah, so I read The Click, and in it they would talk about all these designer brands, and I'd be like, yes, Juicy Couture, BCBG, Gucci, like, I'm gonna wear those one day. And I just never did. But now Juicy Couture is, like, filing for bankruptcy or something.
Are they?
Yeah, they're not cool
Is it because
anymore.
people have realized that it's trash?
Yeah, and that maybe wearing a velour sweatsuit as an everyday look is not something you should be doing.
God, Juicy is such trash. As a middle schooler, people would be like, this is Juicy. It's top notch. And it would just be like a pink velour shirt that said, like, Juicy. My daddy bought me Juicy. And I'd be like, do you see any issue with this? Or it'd be like a pink velour shirt that said Juicy twice over each boob. And it was like, you're wearing this in 6th grade, you know? Like, that's an issue.
Really, this is what's wrong with America. The sex appeal festering at a young age. But anyways, so they're getting ready for work. And can I just say that Paris' skin looks great? Like, is it the anorexia? Like, what is she doing? Sorry, that's really bad.
Wow, Molly.
Sorry, that was really bad. That was really.
I mean, we were all thinking
we might
it,
actually
but like,
edit that out. I know I'm bad.
Okay. Well,
but her skin looks so good, guys.
Her skin does look really good.
Like, what does she do? Maybe it's
well, Molly, she's rich.
If only I was
Nicole
rich.
Looks like a human cigarette, though.
She really does. She looks like a ratty-ass cigarette.
So, here's my thing about this whole clip. They make a big deal about the girls waking up at 5:30, and then they're like, quick, you have to be at work at 6. In what world are they going to get their life together in time to get to work at 6?
Yeah, that's on the dad. Like, what is he doing?
Production had a hand in that.
Oh, of course. Production was like, how can we fuck them up? Let's have to be late for their first day of work.
Yeah, they want them to be frazzled. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So, then they go. They use the only bathroom in the house. Remember last episode when they were like, one bathroom? This can't be true.
We're getting ready for work together like friends. That's what friends do. If we do a slumber party, Gavi, we all just hang out in the bathroom and play buddy. And we do the...
I stopped having slumber parties the day that I started snoring. I didn't used to snore, and then I started snoring, and I stopped having slumber parties.
I've been told by Brooke Bannister, my freshman year roommate, that I snore a lot, but I have also heard from Sophie Zavada, my London roommate, that I don't snore. So I don't know what the truth is. I think it's just when I'm really drunk I snore.
Maybe
like
Brooke's the worst.
Brooke, if you're listening, I don't.
Brooke, you're not listening. You don't support Molly. I can say with confidence that you're not listening.
But Brooke,
no, I will not buy margaritas from you.
Brooke one time woke me up at like 4 a.m. after I went out on a Thursday and was just so mad that I was snoring, and I told her to maybe she should just turn the other way, and because I was so drunk, I was being so sassy to her. I was like, maybe you should just turn around when you're sleeping because you don't hear me.
Brooke, if you're listening, then you can call me out on this. Thank you.
Anyways,
Next.
So now they're getting to work.
They got to work and the guy's like, you're an hour late. Well, fucking duh. They woke them up 30 minutes before they were supposed to be there, and there's a long car ride.
Yes, Nicole slept the whole time.
Nicole slept the whole time.
Poor Paris was just driving.
Well, Nicole doesn't have a driver's license.
Relatable. Maybe
Why would she? She's rich and she lives in LA.
That's true.
Why would she need a driver's license?
It's not
her
like they
dad
Uber,
is
though. Did she just have a
Lionel
driver?
Richie. By the way, Lionel Richie makes his first appearance in the first 2 seconds when they're like, Nicole Richie, Lionel Richie's daughter.
This shows a photo.
And they show a photo of Lionel Richie, his only appearance on this show, because he knew it was trash.
Yep.
The best kind of trash, though.
I love this show.
I will never talk down about this show.
So are these their outfits? Their work outfits? Like, are those hats included in the work outfits?
I hope not. I hope they chose these hats.
Bright orange flames on these hats, like baseball trucker hats.
I hope they went to a store and picked these out themselves.
Is this their version of Dairy Farm Couture?
Mm.
Because if so, they should start a line.
They really should. I'd buy those hats.
Yes, I really like the hats.
We need to take a picture for the gram. By the way, we have an Instagram account. If you're not following us, you are fake.
What is our handle? Wait, I need to find it.
Keep It Simple Pod.
Is that it? I don't remember. Oh, it is Keep It Simple Pod.
What happened?
Keep It Simple Pod. What?
Okay, so when you try to take pictures...
Okay, Gabi, let's just finish recording for a second. Then we'll go back into it.
When you try to take pictures of...
the screen,
and you're watching something, it pauses the video and takes you out of it completely.
Anyway, so
now we're going to start all over.
Keep It Simple Pod.
I just said
that. On Instagram, follow us. Gabi posts mostly because, I don't know, I have class and work and I'm busy and I can't post every second of the day.
Our listener of the week is Molly's mom.
Our listener of the week is my mom.
Mainly because she can't stay mad at Molly because she birthed Molly.
And because she posted this thing on her Facebook, the status was, if one more man messages me, hello, I'm going to scream. And I just want to embody that energy, you know? My mom is pulling it in, I guess. Like, good for you, Elizabeth.
Men are trash, Elizabeth.
Men are trash. We love you, Elizabeth.
Here's to you, Elizabeth.
Here's to my mother.
Clap for that hooker.
Don't call my mom a hooker.
That's a RuPaul's Drag Race quote. Okay. Thank you, Bianca Del Rio.
Yes. And so then now they're in the fields running through. They play this really pretty music. It's sort of Sound of Music-y. They're running through with all the cows.
Sound of Music-y.
They're ringing these bells. Again, cowbells, the Disney Channel original film, for all the cows.
When we originally watched this, I screamed. I was like, cowbells!
Cowbells! And they're ringing it, and they're running with the cows, and it's so funny. Because it's just like, what are you doing? It's honestly very majestic.
And then they run for about 2 seconds. This is all editing. They run for about 2 seconds, and then they slow down, and Paris goes, I'm gonna die.
Oh my god, and then that one moment
I'm gonna be honest, like, sure, Molly and I are bantering, but this episode's kind of boring up until this point.
I feel like they're gonna pick it back up.
They are gonna pick it back up right here, right now. Where they need to move all the cows at once, and they're like, Nicole, do you want to do the honors of yelling at the cows? And Nicole's like, what do you want me to do? And they're like, yell at the cows. And she screams, move, motherfuckers!
Move your fat asses!
Move your fat asses, yeah.
Or no. Guys, this clip is so funny. The sound is not on.
You want me to yell at them?
Yes, harshly.
Move, motherfuckers! Move!
Oh my God.
Move! Get your fat asses down there! Like that?
She turns to the camera and she's like that.
Oh
Blinks her eyelashes. Fucking queen.
I love Nicole.
Her. Love Nicole.
Yeah.
We love
so that's
Nicole.
The first part of their day.
Yeah, that's the first part of her day. We're gonna watch, 5 more minutes and then talk about it for 20.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back. Hi, we're back. Hey, everybody. Oh my God. Hi.
Anything exciting happened in our break?
Oh, LOL. I have to pull up the clips.
That might be a good idea. Gabi, come on. You're delaying the process.
So unprepared. This is so unprofessional.
Y'all, I'm so hungry.
This is so unlike me.
It's fine. Should I go steal some food from somewhere?
Probably.
No, I'm fine. I'm on a diet.
Okay, so we cut directly from Nicole yelling at the cows. That was a moment.
We cut from that to Braxton.
Ugh, we stand Braxton.
Braxton.
Can we take a second to talk about Braxton? He knows who we are.
Braxton viewed our Instagram story on our
does.
podcast page. He knows who we are. Also, Paris follows him on Instagram. So we are like one step away from Paris knowing who we are.
We really are. All we have to do is kidnap Braxton. Just kidding.
Petition to
We're
get
not
Braxton
gonna
to come
kidnap
onto the podcast.
Braxton. Yeah, my plan is to, become really well established, maybe get like 500 listeners.
Yeah.
Then we can ask him for an interview.
We all need to start bothering Braxton, but in like a loving way. Being like, Braxton, we love you.
Yeah, I don't think he'd get our sense of humor.
Yeah, he seems kind of...
College of the Ozarks scene. We'll see.
He seems to be in a different scene than us. Let's just say I don't think he watches Drag Race.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fine. So right now Braxton is taking care of Tinkerbell.
Yeah, so it cuts to him taking care of Tinkerbell. He's feeding her cheese sandwiches. And I don't think this dog has ever eaten anything processed in its life.
Also, at first I thought Braxton was just like home alone because he was just like wandering around with Tinkerbell, like making her food, and I was just like, isn't Braxton 4? Shouldn't he have parents? Why is he not in
saying that
daycare?
he's 4. He could be like 12. We don't know.
He seems 4 or 5.
He
I could
seems
be
4 to
totally
6.
wrong.
I'm just gonna say
maybe he's
4 to
6,
6-year-old
6.
Braxton. That's gonna be a
But
running
then the
joke
mom
with
came
us.
in and they were both feeding Tinkerbell processed shit.
They're feeding Tinkerbell American cheese.
The
which,
really cheap slices that are
Really
kind of
cheap.
plasticky that
Yeah.
I do not stand. At one point, he went out on the playground with Tinkerbell, and Loki threw her down the slide hardcore.
She had her tail tucked between her legs.
She's 2 pounds. He freaking threw her down that slide. It was like, ha ha ha, isn't that funny? No!
But in a really
Braxton.
sweet moment, he introduced her to his cows.
He did. His pet
And
cows.
he was like, Tinkerbell, meet the cows. Cows, meet Tinkerbell.
I
And it
love
was
cows.
so cute.
I really want to get a horse, though. It's my life goal.
You're going to be a horse girl?
I am a horse girl. I love horses. It's like
Were you a horse girl in middle school?
Yeah, I was pony
What were you
club.
like in middle school? I need to know. I'll tell you what I was like in middle school.
Ask Deirdre. Deirdre, senior journalism major, went to middle school with me. She can tell you.
No, tell our...
I don't know what I was like.
Tell
I feel
our
like I need another
listeners.
perspective. I didn't go through puberty till I was 17.
That's
so.
hot.
You know.
Speaking of that's hot, that's not been said once.
It still hasn't been said. Wow, I can't keep texting "that's hot" to people if it's not actually on the show. So I really need to
That's
make it
upsetting.
happen.
That's hot. That's upsetting.
I'm upset. Anyways,
Let me tell you what
know.
I was like as a middle schooler.
Yeah?
Steal that spotlight real quick.
Oh,
So
please do.
I went to an incredibly religious Jewish middle school.
Yes.
There's this law in Judaism called Kol Isha, which in Hebrew means the voice of a woman, which
Yes.
means that women are not allowed to sing alone,
Huh.
and men aren't allowed to listen to women sing alone,
Oh,
because it might entice men.
yes.
Uh,
What if you have a
to-
really bad voice?
Still doesn't matter.
Okay.
So why am I telling you this, viewers? Because my middle school was incredibly religious and would put on a play every year. And to get around this law of Kol Isha, they would have everybody sing all the songs
No,
together.
that's disgusting.
And I lived for this play so hard every year. They were like, Gavi's gonna get the lead. And I had no competition every year except for the last year.
Uh-huh.
I lost the role of Harold Hill to my best friend.
Ah, the drama.
And I had to play, what's his name? Who's the little one who sings Shit Poopy?
What musical is this?
The Music Man.
Oh, I've never
Marcellus.
seen it. I don't. Really
Who the
know
hell
what it
cares
is.
about Marcellus?
I don't know the music.
No one remembers Marcellus. And, the song Shit Poopy.
That's
It's
like
a horrible song.
That's like when I got ensemble my senior year in high school in Oklahoma. Like, first off, why would I want to be in Oklahoma?
I played curly in
should be-
Oklahoma,
So,
by the way.
fuck you. You should be honored that I'm even gracing the fucking stage with my presence in Oklahoma. Anyways, I last enrolled that I wanted to Maggie Kudlinski, who ended up getting mono the week of the show anyway. Not mono, she got strep throat the week of the show, which was amazing. I watched her burn. I did give mono to someone that year, though, in a play. I was in Midsummer Night's Dream, and I was Hermia, which is the female lead, just saying. And I gave mono to my Lysander, who's the male lead, but I hated him, so I was like, it's fine.
Speak up, honey.
Anyways, moving on. Sorry for the tangent. Back to the farm.
Back to the farm. So, the boss, cleverly is like, have any of you ever driven a Polish pickup? And Nicole's like, yeah, I want to drive a Polish pickup.
Nicole's like, I don't
Let
have a
me drive
license,
one.
but let me drive.
And then he leads her over to a wheelbarrow.
He's like, here's the Polish pickup.
Here it is.
Literal wheelbarrow.
And they're upset about it.
Yeah.
Scene cuts to them. Oh, why aren't we playing the actual
don't know.
footage?
Also, at this point, Paris is just on the office phone, like, talking to her mom, and is not paying attention to them whatsoever, and is already having a really negative attitude. I'm kind of annoyed at Paris, because she signed up for this. It's her
She
show,
did.
and she's being negative. And I'm like, Paris, take notes from Nicole and really get into it.
They get to a point where they are milking the cows. They cut to
Yes.
that, and they get dirty. The cows shit on them just a little bit, but they still shit on them. They have this. Ooh, I have to take a picture for the gram. Follow us at Keep It Simple Pod. Yeah, so they shit on them just a little bit, and it's really funny. Paris goes, I'm never eating hamburgers again. I'm never drinking milk again. Stay tuned for next week when they work at Sonic, and guess what? They eat hamburgers and drink milkshakes.
Stop spoiling. I didn't know that was happening.
Yeah, Molly's actually never seen this show before,
seen
which
it
is
before?
really funny. Yeah.
This is my first time seeing it. I've only heard things. Yeah, and it's like this whole montage of the close-ups of the cow's eyes being like, oh, I'm getting milked! And then of Paris and Nicole reacting to it. It's just a whole spiel. Then at one point, Nicole has to bring this whole thing of feed over to a trough. She doesn't know what a trough is, but it's fine. And she literally dumps the entire wheelbarrow on the ground. All the feed falls out onto the ground. Like, Nicole, what are you doing, sweetheart?
The subtitles reads, Paris yells, cow moos.
We love it. We love it.
I'm just trying to tell a story here, okay?
The narrative, the description, it's all there.
Yeah. There's no way to, like, back it up for 1 second. Because there's this pure moment.
It's
when,
okay. We'll do it on another moment. When
There's
we can
this
take a
pure
photo of
moment when
it.
Nicole gets shat on, where she's frozen and she has her arms flung out with shit all over her.
Take that photo.
It's amazing.
It's- we'll
Nicole
put it.
gags, cow moos. That's what the
Cows and their
subtitles
mooing,
say.
They just can't stop, won't stop.
Ugh, it's so good.
Do you have anything else to say before we go to the part where they're filling the jugs?
No.
Okay.
No, I think we're good. So, you know what? I do have something to say.
What do you
This
have to
show
say?
is so pure at this point.
Braxton!
I feel like in the future, sorry, Molly, spoiler alert, but in the future, they have 2 seasons. Second season, they don't really fuck with the, narrative or, plan anything out. But I feel like the 3rd season, they kind of...
It becomes more, like, orchestrated.
It becomes way more orchestrated, and you can tell. And
Yeah.
it's still really fun to watch, but this show is so pure right now.
Yeah, I feel like they're just living. They're just
They're
doing
just living
whatever.
and having fun with
And
it.
I like it, and I like that they're in it for the experience.
And I feel like they are the first of their kind of reality TV
Mhm.
stars. And I'm glad they signed on to do this. I really am.
I don't know. I like this a lot.
Everything that we say is out of love and admiration to them, honestly.
Yeah, honestly.
I don't think they're this stupid. I really don't. I think they're just trying to have fun.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, so then now they have to fill up all these little glass milk bottles, and they're so cute to be delivered to all the people in town. I didn't know people still did this in the 2000s.
Okay.
Have, like, a milkman.
Okay, Paris has this exchange where she's like, what's that? And the guy's like, it's milk. And she's like, people drink that? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, I would never drink that.
She probably has drinking something just like that before. She just doesn't realize where it comes from.
Who drinks? The exact line is, who drinks this? People. Yes, Paris. People drink milk.
So they have to fill up all these little glass bottles with this little milk tube thing, and they start spilling it literally everywhere.
They start spilling it everywhere, and Molly pointed out while we were watching this, there's banjo music in the background, and it gets more intense as they start spilling it.
It speeds up and it gets more intense as they start spilling milk everywhere as the deadline goes closer to when they have to deliver the milk. And so then they literally start hiding little glass jugs of milk around the barn so that their boss won't see them.
Have you ever done that?
I would fucking do. Oh, I would do that all the time.
I do it all the time in the Maker Hub. Sorry. Sorry, Maker Hub employees.
One time I was working at this company and one of my jobs, I had to clean the office one day and I just didn't know where to put shit, so I just threw it into little random corners. It was just like, it's fine, it's good, the office is clean now, right? And yeah, my boss was not pleased with me.
Oh, I do it.
The times I've gotten in trouble at work, I can just remember.
I do it all the time in the Maker Hub where if I don't know where something goes, it goes in the drawer.
Mm-hmm.
The drawer.
Paris and Nicole,
Sajni, if you're listening to this, I didn't give Sajni a shout out. Hi, Sajni. If you're listening to this, you know the drawer. Hey, Saj.
Hi, Saj. Yeah, and then it just gets closer and closer, and their boss is coming to yell at them, and I can feel this fear in my heart. And for the summer, I would fuck up so much at my job. I fucked up our master calendar one time, and I got an email the next day from a supervisor, from an assistant in another department, CCing HR, and she was just like, hey, Molly, I know you mean well, but this thing you did yesterday totally messed up our entire master calendar, so we're going to have to talk about this. And I had to meet with HR and have this whole discussion with them over the summer. It's not my fault I'm blind, and the master calendar, I had to find this name, and this name... Sorry if my audio got really bad for a second. And this name looked really similar to another name on our calendar, and I just messed it up. It's not my fault that the names looked similar, and I'm blind, and I cannot read names.
Ooh,
whatever.
Are we about to have conversations about when we fucked up at jobs?
I mean, we can, but maybe we should move on to the next clip first.
Okay, sure. And then we'll come back to it.
Yeah, we'll come back to a whole other section about fucking up at work, because I can tell you.
This is why I believe the show is so pure at this point, because they literally, they just stop doing their jobs, and they get in the pool.
Apparently there's a hot tub at their job?
They're at a dairy farm, okay, and they just, stop doing their jobs, they get in bathing suits.
Where did these bathing suits come from?
Are they in bathing suits, or are they in underwear? No, they're in bathing suits.
Where did these bathing suits come from? Did they just happen to bring them?
We're not making this up. They just have bathing suits. And their boss goes, does it bother you that I'm doing all the work? What is it their boss say?
He was like, does it bother you if I do work while you're relaxing? He was totally fine with it. And they have a cutaway, don't worry, I'm putting it on the gram, where they're sitting on the couch and they're just like, he's treating us like animals. As they lounge at this hot tub. They're lounging in the hot tub, literally not working, and he's lifting hay bales with heavy machinery. So pure. It's so pure. Also, there's no story behind how they find this hot tub. They're just in this hot tub at this point. They just are there. Sorry for this weird segue into the hot tub. It just is honestly how it happens. Also, can I just speaking of hot tubs, I know that we're going a little bit over right now. Speaking of hot tubs, so y'all know Club Rugby, right? And my affliction with them. So apparently they broke their hot tub, and they're starting a GoFundMe to fix their hot tub. If you're friends with Jacob Stadler at all, and you want to help him, Stadler, how do you say your name? Shout out to Jacob Stadler. To Jacob Stadler. I've always called him Stadler. He started a GoFundMe to help fix his hot tub, so anyone wants to help Club Rugby. Even though I'm pretty sure Club Rugby owes me money, considering they threw out a pair of my earrings. Considering you stole their alcohol and drank it. I did make one of them buy me a waffle last week, a Waffle House, but that's another story. But if we just want to make all the hot tubs of the world able for Paris and Nicole to come sit in them. How much is a hot tub? I don't know. I've never bought. Can they fix it, or do they need a whole new one? I think they're just fixing it. Okay, well, maybe we'll share the link on our Instagram to go help Club Rugby, but probably not. I would rather die. Okay, so anyways, that's all for now about hot tubs. How about Jacob Stadler, though? I like him. He's cool. He's cool, but, Riley Beale is also in Club Rugby. No, he dropped out of Elon, sis. Oh, yeah, he sure did. He hadn't
Anyone
been a
who
celebrity
has
for a
their own
while.
name tattooed on their arm, not a fan.
It has the state of Texas tattooed on them. Not a fan.
Yeah, anyone who voted for Donald Trump, not a fan.
Sorry, if you're a fan of the Donald,
Stop listening to this
stop
podcast.
listening. We don't want that kind of energy on our podcast.
All right.
See you guys soon.
Bye. And we're back.
Hi guys.
2 words. Costume changes.
So-
Uh,
that's why they brought all the bags, Gabi, to show all the costumes.
That's so true. It not Nicole though. It's only Paris. Paris changes outfits.
like every hour
4
on the dot.
4 different, maybe more than that. I'm gonna count the amount of times that they do costume changes.
There's a segment of where Nicole is outside talking to a group of people, and Paris is just in the room, like, strutting around, doing a fashion show with herself. Like, it's so funny.
It's really funny. Okay, so we start out. Where do we leave off?
We left off right here, they're napping.
Yeah, so, wait, no, we left off, they were taking,
The milk cartons. And the hot
No,
tub,
no, no.
the hot tub.
we left off at the hot tub.
Yes.
And they were like, this job is hard. They're treating us like animals. Plot twist, they fell asleep in the confessionals.
Yep.
This
Yep.
show is so pure.
Like sidestep from the hot tub. They just went and took a little nap, a little snooze during the workday. You know, I too would take a midday snooze at my workplace.
Yeah, and the boss came over to them and was like, hey, we're gonna let you go.
And they're like, yay! Thank you!
Do you think they knew that they were getting fired?
I don't think they realized it in the moment, but I think after they were like,
I think
wait,
after they were like, wait.
he was like, I can really finish up work here easier without you guys. Honestly,
He said
everyone
that
at
too.
me.
He was like, I think it would be better for me if you left.
The nice way of firing them. At least he was nice about it.
He gave
I
them
got them.
money,
Yeah, he gave them
which is good.
$42 for 6 hours work.
Even though they were there for 9 hours. Because they hot tubs.
They hot tub and napped.
And like, can we talk about the fact they were covered in cow shit in the hot tubs?
Ew, what diseases did they get? Also, is that hot tub clean?
Not anymore, it's not.
Definitely pretty disgusting. It should
Speaking
be
of
tested.
hot tub, donate to Jacob Stadler.
Yeah, we'll
Now.
include his link for his
Operators are
GoFundMe.
standing by.
Yes, where we Jacob Stadler's like agents. Anyway, yeah. So then they are hiding out from their house. They like don't want to go home because they're afraid of what Albert and Janet will say.
Later on, they talk about, you know, both of Albert's and Janet's parenting approaches, and they're like, I'm not really scared of Janet, but I'm pretty sure Albert's gonna suffocate me in my sleep. Which is like, that's pretty healthy to be scared of your parent like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm pretty scared of him. I don't know.
I have a healthy fear of my dad like that, where I'm like, I respect him and I love him, but like, if I fuck up, you know?
Nah, I don't have that same outlook. Anyways.
You're not afraid that your dad's gonna like strangle you in your sleep.
I
if
do
you
think
really
my
fuck
dad
up?
has a hit out on me, like, honestly. Because one time we were at, I was, like, investing, because I got this money for scholarship, and I had to invest it, like, I have invested in stocks and bonds or whatever. Sorry, I can talk louder. And my dad was, like, to the financial manager or whatever, was like, what would happen if Molly were to, I don't know, die? And I just looked at him like, the fuck? And then
But
he
like
also,
Molly, you do walk in front of cars a lot.
I know. He also just took out a life insurance policy on Pamela, I'm pretty sure. He, like, took her to the doctor to get, like, a physical, and then took out a life insurance policy on her. So I think he has hits out on opposite. And he keeps on calling me, being like, have you been to the doctor lately? And I'm like, no, bitch, I don't have health insurance. Like, I have not been to the doctor. So I'm pretty
I
sure
think my dad has life insurance out on all of us. He sells life insurance, though, so that's fair.
Hot. Yeah, so I think my dad has a hit out on me, pretty sure. Think that's why he wants me to drink all the time. He, like, wants me to get alcohol poisoning and kill myself by mistake. Pretty sure it's gonna happen. Anyways, if you don't hear from me, my dad did it. Yeah, so then they get home, and Albert and Janet found out that they got fired because their old boss called them and was like, I had to let the girls go. And they're like, how'd the day go, girls? And they were like, it sucked.
They
It
walked
was
past
hell.
Curly, like the tiny grandma, and Curly was like, "How was your day, girls?" And they're like, "It was horrible."
Hell on earth. I appreciate their honesty. You know,
I do,
they're-
and they're both getting ready for showering.
Yep.
Not together, but they're both getting ready for showering, and Nicole is talking about the fact they're gonna have a barbecue later, and she's like, "They're gonna have hot guys here."
Fast forward to the barbecue.
Fast forward to the barbecue, not one fuckable person
A bunch
shows
of,
up.
16-year-old boys who are so awkward and gawky. They're all just standing in this circle. Also, where's the barbecue? Where's the food? I want hot dogs and hamburgers. Where's the grill? I need a BBQ. Where's the music? They're just standing in a circle. I don't get it.
This truly looks like the maintenance team from my summer camp.
They're all wearing striped shirts.
They are.
Tucked
and
into
not
jeans.
it's all wrong.
I
It's
hate
all
it.
wrong.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Nicole is making small talk with them. It's so funny.
She's
She's
I
like,
mainly do musical theater.
I mainly do musical theater, and the guy's like, "Yep, we don't do musicals down here."
That's gay.
That's
what
gay.
he's
He doesn't
implying.
say it with his mouth, but he says it with his face. There's so much these people are saying with their faces.
Nicole's like, I have an album coming out soon.
Which she never releases.
Where's
Or-
the album?
At least she, doesn't release on iTunes. Which, considering it's 2004 at this point.
Does iTunes exist? Yeah.
I mean,
Apple came out in 2003. Nope. I'm a liar. I don't remember.
who knows? We'll get back to you on that.
That's when
Episode
Facebook
3.
came out. That's a lie. Yeah, any other comments about the barbecue, Gavi?
She's like, "Have you ever flown?" The guy's like, "Nope." She's like, "Do you want to fly?" The guy's like, "Nope."
I feel
Real
bad for them.
aspirations here.
What are their
She's like,
aspirations?
he's like, how do you like the South? Or they're not even in the South.
What's Arkansas? Is
What
it the
is
Midwest?
Arkansas? What the fuck
The
is
South Mid?
it? I don't know. She's like,
If we have any Arkansasian. Oh, also Celine Erkey. My best friend is a listener from Gettysburg. So
Hey, Celine.
shout out to Gettysburg.
"Hey Celine, how you doing, girl?"
Girl, Schmaline. Answer my phone calls. Just kidding. I haven't called you recently.
So he's like, "How is LA different from Arkansas?" And she's like, "It's different.
It's boring.
It's boring." And he's like, "Well, people work here." And she's like, "Yeah, I get that vibe."
And then they literally are playing like a cricket sound effect during this barbecue.
They're playing
So
such
loudly
loud cricket
to
sound
emphasize
effects.
the awkwardness. I mean, it's awkward, but it's like, why are they emphasizing this sound effect? I love it though. I love the 2000 sound effects.
Yeah, can we just banter more, Molly?
Okay, what do you want to banter about? Can you talk about my marketing group chat?
Sure.
Or my marketing? So I'm in this group for marketing, right? So I'm in marketing class, and we have to do group projects.
How are we
present at the
tying
end of
this into the
semester.
podcast?
So the hot boys. So they're all with the hot boys, and like, hope they're hot boys at this barbecue.
And
so
Nicole's the only girl. That reminds me
That
of the
reminds
time
me-
that Molly was the only girl in a group of boys.
So I'm
Go
this
on.
only girl in my marketing group of 5 people. I'm the only girl, and some of them are like kind of fuckable. Like, I'm gonna be honest, they are mostly sophomores. Does that mean that I can manipulate them all to hook up with me, and that I can seduce them all, or
Yeah,
does that mean
I
that I
mean-
shouldn't touch it?
No, sophomores are a go.
There's just one
Freshmen
guy.
are not a go.
I think he's like a business project major. I don't know. He's really cute, and I think I'm gonna try to hook up with him. And we were bantering during our meetings, so I think it's
At
gonna
this
happen.
point, they're second semester sophomores, which means they're almost
practically
juniors.
juniors. So they're like, they could be 20, and I'm only 21. So you know what? That's not bad.
Exactly. It's not that bad.
I'll do it. Yeah, that's all. That's all I have to say on my marketing group. We also have no idea what we're doing with this project. We're in this group chat now, and it's called like Marketing 360 Group Chat. Should I post the link to our podcast in the group chat? I'd be like, hi guys, if you're looking for something to do in your free time,
No.
listen to my podcast. That'll definitely-
Oh. I thought you were talking about posting the stuff from your class in our podcast.
No, I'm talking
group.
about posting my podcast
Hell
in the
no
group
to that.
chat.
But yeah.
I think these
do it.
marketing finance majors would really appreciate
I'm
it.
honestly really scared that Brooke is gonna listen.
Why? Brooke, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry we talked shit. We mean no harm.
Well, you had 4 years to be a supportive friend for Molly, and you just weren't. So I guess you earned this.
Oh my
babe.
god, I know. So after the barbecue, moving on. Yeah, anyways, my marketing group, we're gonna see you guys. I'll keep y'all updated on how that goes
I
down.
kind of hope Riley Beale listens to this.
If you couldn't hack it with Club Rugby, that's how you know you're the lowest of the low.
Anyways,
After the barbecue, they have some kind moments with Janet and Albert.
they do. They sit on the couch and,
They
dissect their day.
They confront Albert and they're like, Albert, do you hate us? And he was like, no.
He goes, stay scared, but know that I like you. Which I think is such a dad line.
He's
I could totally...
He's Braxton's dad.
I could totally imagine my dad telling my friends that if my friends ever had a moment where they were like, Jeffrey, we're totally scared of you. My dad would be like, oh, you should be, but like, I like you.
Yeah, and he brings some cake and they're like, thanks, Albert. But then they still think that Albert hates them after this whole interaction. So like, that's dumb.
They have this really sweet moment. And then it cuts to them sneaking out of the house.
Yeah, guys, they snuck out. It is 12:46 p.m. after this whole thing with Albert. And then they're like, you know what? It's Saturday night in LA. Think about the things we're missing. Which I get it. I have experienced a Saturday night in LA. And that shit is crazy. I have blacked out on many a Saturday night in LA and thrown up on my carpet. It's okay. We've all been
Shout
there.
out to you, Jesse Renels.
Shout out
We
to
love
Jesse
you.
Renels. I'm sorry, Jesse Renels, that I threw up on our carpet. We
You're
did
still
not
not
get
over
charged
it.
for it. So you know what? It's fine. You know what? Whatever. And so then they break out of their house and they take the car and they go somewhere, but we don't know where they're going because the episode cuts out there.
We don't know where they're going. Yeah, what else? I mean, like, did they expect them not to realize that they were leaving?
And literally, it ends
cuts
with
out
Albert
with...
looking at them drive away after their curfew.
Yeah, their curfew is at 12 o'clock, and Albert is looking out the window as they drive away.
Production was literally like, Albert, go look out that window.
Production was definitely behind it. But also, like, there's a camera crew of at least 5 people following them at all times. They weren't quiet.
Like, come on, girls. You wanted to get caught. But also,
They
if
were
I was in that
sneaking
situation,
out of the house.
I would sneak out too. Like, come on.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
Adults. Like, they're going to do what
Absolutely,
they're going to
they're
do.
21.
Are they 21 in this?
They're 21 and 22.
Oh my god, so they're our age.
They are.
Us at 21 and 22 doing this
Are
shit.
you 21?
I'm 21.
I'm 22. I think Nicole is 22.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know what's super mean about this show?
What? Is it the thing? Yeah.
What?
Wait, go on.
Is it the thing? Yes, it is the thing.
Say what you're gonna say.
They totally don't make it seem like it's Nicole's show at all. They totally cater it completely towards Paris.
Like have it be very like, look at what Paris is doing, and Nicole is kind of just like along for the ride.
Nicole is just there. All the storylines are very focused on Paris. Even episode 2, you can see that it's like Paris is getting ready, and Nicole's like, I'm ready, and they're like, okay, but we're waiting for Paris to be ready.
Which is weird because Nicole is the one who's more positive and down to do things. Like,
yeah,
Nicole,
I think...
No, wait, no, did I say Paris? I meant Nicole. Nicole is
more positive and down to do things, and I think Nicole's the more fun one.
I agree, Nicole. When she was yelling at the cows, I was like, this bitch is fun.
Paris wouldn't do that.
Yeah, Paris would be like, I don't want to. And maybe it's just a persona that she's putting on.
Paris would get shit on by cows and go, I'm never drinking milk again.
Like, Nicole would yell about it, but then would, like, do something funny later. So, like, I don't know. I'm Team Nicole right now. Sorry, I'm just checking to see if I've gotten any messages.
It's fine. Just speak up.
That's all for now, kids.
That's all for now.
Anyways.
I'm
we
probably
need to
gonna
come up with a tagline, a closer line. We still haven't come up with one.
Keep it tight.
Keep it tight. Keep it simple.
Keep it tight.
Keep it simple, simpletons.
Just keep it tight, keep it simple, and then log out. All right, keep it tight.
Keep it simple. Ugh.